Yo,
What's up?
how you doing? Another episode of Filler Non Canon. Look, the background's back.
Look at that.
It's a normal ass episode. I'm not in a pretty nice hotel. It wasn't even a hotel. It was like an apartment. I traveled.
An Airbnb of sorts, kind of a thing.
I don't even know if it was Airbnb, real talk. It was kind of shady. I got it through Expedia, and then Expedia sent me to another company, and then that company sent me to another company.
Yeah.
But it worked, and it worked really well. It was like being taken through like a digital hallway, and then from a digital hallway to a digital alley, and then from a digial alley to being put in a digital white van. But I didn't get molested, so it turned out great. So,
Yeah. It's just like a friend of a friend of a friend who called me from a private number. Gave me this apartment. And
cool. It was great. I don't know how that apartment got there. I just know that I paid a certain amount of money, got to use that apartment for a certain amount of days, and it worked out great.
And I'm sure you helped someone launder some money, and that's what's important.
Probably. Shout out to the Mexican cartel.
What's up? Big supporters.
How you doing, Damo?
I'm doing good, man. Just fresh off Snyder Cut. Oh
shit.
Yeah, dude. Just 4 hours of Snyder. Just
do you feel
all
complete?
over.
Do you feel whole now that it's over? The saga's done.
Yeah, I want a Snyder Cut of everything now. I want to see a Snyder Cut of reviews of the Snyder Cut, where it's just people going like, "I think it's pretty good."
Do you know what they should do? You should have a 12-hour epic, and it would be the Snyder Cut of The Irishman. Just a crazy long movie.
Yeah.
And they're like, you could make this 12 like a whole season. He's like, no, I want it to be a 12-hour movie. And it's not. I don't Netflix. You know, usually when you stop a movie halfway through, you pick up where the viewer left off. Not in my movie. No, the movie restarts. We're not doing that bullshit over here, okay? You're going to sit down and watch it for 12 hours. No bathroom breaks. You can't pause. You can't rewind.
Yeah.
It's 12 hours.
It's a 12-hour movie. Now we got Snyder Cut Lord of the Rings coming up next.
The whole trilogy. Snyder Cut the entire MCU.
Yeah. I just wanted to be like, do the new Star Wars movies, Snyder. Find the footage. Give him the footage.
I think there's like some people like clamoring for, and I think this is a real thing, like the Ayers cut of Suicide Squad.
Oh, the one that wasn't like done by a music video studio or like like that's like
because like didn't they like re-edit the whole movie because the trailer was so good.
That's right. That's exactly. It was the people who did the trailers. Everyone got so hyped on the trailer and I think they were like, "Oh shit, that's not the movie we made." And then they like recut it to be like a trailer, and it definitely feels like a bunch of trailers.
I will say, like,
together.
When it comes to trailers, I think DC like will drop some amazing trailers.
Yeah,
that'll make you go like, "Oh, this is gonna be the best movie ever," and then you'll be like, "This wasn't what I wanted," and then you'll just rewatch the trailer and be like, "Yeah, this was this hype level trailer." There is an art to making a great trailer.
Yeah, well, it's just like, I mean, the freaking Batman vs Superman. Do you bleed like line in the trailer, and you're like, I have to see this movie. You're like, this is gonna be the coolest movie ever, and then and then. That line is cool, I guess, in the movie, but it's also surrounded by Martha and all this other stuff.
That line in that scene does work because it's right after that insane chase scene where Batman is killing so many people, and which I was there. I was all for that. I was like, Batman kills. I'm all for it.
I actually like the Batman in those movies. I think like he's one of the shining, one of the best parts of this universe, which is kind of sad because Ben Affleck's just like out. But
man.
Yeah.
I have not yet watched it. I probably will watch it tomorrow. I'll watch it when I can. It's there forever. They're not gonna it's not just like a limited edition thing, isn't it? It's gonna be there for a while, right?
Yeah, I think it's just up. I think it's just gonna be there. And I don't No, I mean it's like it's such a weird because I actually liked it, but
Yeah.
but it's a 4-hour movie. So how the hell could you recommend it? How the hell could you how the hell can you recommend a 4-hour movie to anyone who has anything to do in their life?
That's true.
Yeah,
I think also like I think this would have been great if it dropped in the summer of last year.
Oh yeah.
When everyone was home. Like everyone would have watched it. Like the same way everyone watched Wonder Woman 1984. I think everyone would have watched this movie as well.
Yeah. And yeah, I think it's worth a. I mean, if that's your thing, if you're at all invested in the DCU, I think it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a DC guy over Marvel personally. Not the movies, but like I'm talking about like just the characters and stuff.
Yeah.
But I will say that like it is like kind of dope to see that like Snyder kind of got to do what he wanted to do eventually. So like that's just the coolest part for me. It's just like, oh yeah, the dude got to finally get his vision out there. And you know, one day I'll finally get to have my vision out there and I'll get to write Superman. So
yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna and then recut it into
recut it.
Yeah.
And then the people will be like, release the OP cut, and I'll be like, listen, guys, it's just all like a lot of anime references, and
it is because it is such a funny thing where they just sort of like he could have been full of shit. He could have just been like, yeah, that's not the movie I would have made, and
yeah,
like, I would have made a way better movie, and I think that's what most people are like. Sure, you could have.
Yeah,
sure you could have.
Sure you would have made a better movie. Like, no, I would have. Like the things I was gonna do.
Yeah.
Because like the funny thing was like he would tease a bunch of stuff. Like he would tease like he would like set like he was working on this app called like Verver or something like that. And he would like show like little glimpses of it, like being like, hey, look, this is a thing. And it's just like, was that already there, or were you just like you know, like just talking shit, and then they're like, what were you making? And you were like, wait, you're gonna do what? He like George Costanza his way into making another movie.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's also like kind of exactly how it is, where he got like, well, he didn't get fired, but like he's sort of off the project, and then he kind of just showed back up. He kind of just showed like Costanza.
Yeah. That's like when he got fired. Was it the Yankees or whatever?
He gets fired. Yeah, I think it's from the. Oh, I can't remember what job. I don't know if it was the one where he's like an architect for a second,
and then he can't. Yeah, but wasn't he like lying about the architect thing? Who knows?
That's right. They didn't give him the job necessarily. He just showed up. Man.
Yeah, he just showed up and just kept working there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you want to fill out your W-2 or something like that?" Insane.
Man.
Yeah.
But good stuff.
Shout out to Zack Snyder. Congrats. Well deserved. Well, I don't know if it's well deserved. I don't know you personally, but I mean, it seemed cool. At the end of the day, we're here to talk about one thing, and that's anime.
Yeah.
So,
things are happening. Well, we're looking at. I mean, if we want to start, I guess with maybe a sequel to I think our last episode. The Oscars have once again decided to not nominate any anime.
I can't believe Judas and the Black Priest got a nomination, but the Demon Slayer movie didn't. What the fuck, man? That broke records. Okay.
Yeah, you're telling me Mank is better than Demon Slayer? You're telling
me, is it Minari? Is that how you pronounce it?
Minari. Oh yeah, the Stephen Yeun one.
Yeah, actually, that movie is apparently amazing. You telling me Sound of Metal is better than the sound of total concentration breathing?
Sound of Metal, more like sound of me falling asleep in it.
Did you see that movie?
Yeah, I just watched it the other day. I thought it was
Did you
really
like it?
boring. No, I didn't like it at all.
Oh, man. Oh, dude, that sucks. This podcast is over. I love that movie.
You know what it was? Is I thought the beginning was really great, and I thought the ending was really great, and everything in the middle where he's like, and now I have to like learn how to have him. I'm like,
that's the struggle, Damien. That's the struggle.
Look,
hold on. I'm gonna mute you, and now you'll see how it feels to be deaf.
No.
Wait.
Oh God, how could I live like this?
You can't hear me. See, you can't hear me. Look.
Oh,
You
this
can't
is
hear
brutal.
me. Wow. See that?
Right.
Now you feel his pain.
Yeah.
Now you know. So
now I know.
Are you ready to change your opinion on the movie?
No, it's still pretty boring. It's it just falls into Academy. It's just like an Academy Award movie, and that's just kind of what sort of bugged me out about it is it just kind of like the moment is just like, and now this guy who took this thing for granted has to learn how to live without it, and you're like, okay, like all right.
Well, I think Demon Slayer should have definitely gotten the Best Picture nom. But you know what? The real ones know. The real ones know. Oscars aren't for people who have real taste. So
no, and I think we were talking about this last time, where it's like, it's a movie called Demon Slayer. It's not a Pixar movie about
a good point
about people taking their dad pants to a mountain or something, and it's like
would you watch a Pixar movie called Demon Slayer?
That's a funny idea if Pixar made Demon Slayer.
Yeah, if Pixar made Demon Slayer, just like demons were all so this is how it would probably be if Demon Slayer was a Pixar film. This is how it would probably be. Tanjiro comes from a long line of demon slayers.
Yep.
But then he meets a very cute demon that doesn't want to eat humans.
That's right.
So Tanjiro's like, what? Oh no! Like this, I can't kill this person. And Tanjiro's a bad demon slayer. It's basically How to Train Your Dragon, but with demons.
Exactly.
But they still have like the same sort of like beautiful elemental sword swipes and stuff like that. And then they find out that there's one demon who's evil, and they have to kill this one demon. So they're allowed to kill, but there's only one demon you can kill.
Yeah, there's only one demon you can kill, and he's the cause of sadness and why you never meet the parents' characters. And
they probably call it Demon Hunter because Demon Slayer is a little too PG-13.
Yeah. You know what's funny is it really does fit into the Pixar formula.
It does. It totally does.
If you just cut off the wild amounts of violence.
Yeah, let's Pixar anime movies real quick. Anime shows real quick. Okay.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Ooh. That one's he's. I feel like
this one's a lot harder.
This one's a lot harder because I feel like
within
it's a little more
the first 2
complicated
minutes,
of a plot.
His grandfather dies, so that's very Pixar-y.
Yeah, that's true. And then he goes to a school, maybe be more like a Big Hero 6 kind of a.
Okay. Yeah.
So he kind of like gets taken into this school. Mm-hmm. He meets a crazy cast of characters that are like start forming a team, and they have to. And then there's like a bad guy who
there's a one main curse. You'd have to like consolidate all the curses into like one main curse kind of thing.
The thing with Pixar though is always has to be like a big twist of like the bad guy was like the CEO from the first scene of the movie or something. That's always like a Pixar type of thing.
Well, that's why I've always had that theory. I think Gojo is secretly evil.
Oh yeah, that could be it.
And it could be that, or it could be that Itadori, and I guess this is a little bit of it already, is a curse.
That's true. Yeah. Well, then we're kind of also getting back into like, do they always have to be bad? Is there some way we can?
Do they always have to be bad? Come on.
Is there some way we can bridge this gap?
Somehow the curses are black people. I don't know.
Yeah. So, is that a Pixar thing?
Let's try a Pixar one more anime show. You picked. I picked 2 already, so you should pick.
Okay, what's a good one? Oh man, what would be a good one? Promise Neverland.
Oh man. With that's a tough one.
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
Yeah. Okay. So there is eating children involved. In this
okay. One. So, in this case, the demons of the Promised Neverland would have to be
Like Monsters Inc.
Guys?
I think it might be like a Monsters Inc. situation.
Yeah.
Where
so it's like they're afraid of kids. So in order to keep kids away, they tell them horrifying stories about them eating kids, and then a kid who doesn't know how to read stumbles into their world, and then they're like, this kid's gonna kill us, and then it's like, no, the kid's actually good, and then the demons and the kids create a promise to work together from now on and build a world of harmony.
Yeah,
and they live in the Neverland forever. The end.
The end.
I want $2 million to write the movie. That was fun.
Yeah. Well, this is one of those this is that like conspiracy theory that I think has been floating around where Disney's like thinking about buying Shonen Jump or something. I think it's like,
oh wow, that would be insane.
It's a rumor floating around, but I don't know if there's any actual validity to it. But it's kind of like,
I hope not.
Yeah,
I hope not. Just because I like the independence of what Shonen. I mean, again, I don't know what the business model of Shonen Jump is like, but I just like that they're a powerhouse by themselves.
Yeah, and they just make all sorts of different kind of shit. Whereas everything Disney makes is always kind of a little Disney. It's always like Star Wars is pretty much Marvel. It's pretty much Jon Favreau like broke the mold by making Iron Man, and Disney's like, we're gonna buy this and then just fucking make that forever. Like now everything we make is just kind of
also to be frank, I want to buy Shonen Jump, so
just for like the merch. I just want to be like, someone make me just so I can have like official Jujutsu Kaisen like hoodies or something.
Well, I just want to be able to buy Jujutsu Tech baseball jerseys.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what I want to do.
Oh man,
we should make those. I would totally cop,
dude. For the 100th episode,
a Toto jersey.
100th episode of Filler Non Canon, we're gonna get Jujutsu Kaisen baseball jerseys.
I would 100% do that.
Let's do it.
100% do that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So it's a bummer because for the Oscars,
say?
I was just saying, it's a bummer for the Oscars because it's like, I don't know. I mean, not that Demon Slayer is necessarily going to win or something, but it's a record-breaking movie. It should have deserved some sort of recognition.
It's like, they played in Miami during the virus. They really were trying. They came to you.
Yeah.
during this. Like, you got to like at least just tip your hat to it. Like, did Avengers Endgame get a nomination for something? Or Infinity War?
Oh, I don't know. I think it got like a bunch of technical, like
stuff,
CGI, technical like awards and stuff. I don't know if it got any like screenplay or anything like that. I mean, maybe I can check. Endgame, best visual effects, which I mean, true.
Endgame did have very good visuals.
Infinity War, but that's just visual effects, and I don't even think it won, which is crazy.
It didn't even win?
Yeah. I don't know what it lost to.
But I think you were telling me this, that a bunch of other, Demon Slayer aside, like a bunch of other anime movies were like snubbed for best animated feature.
There's been a lot. Your Name, I think, is probably the most obvious recent example. Weathering with You, the other Makoto Shinkai movie, which would have been last year, also like nothing. There's just a lot of movies where you go like, are these really worse than The Croods? Are these movies really worse than whatever DreamWorks threw out? I mean, I get like whatever you want to give it to Soul. I haven't seen Soul, but I heard it's great.
It's good. I like Soul a lot. Jamie Foxx is the king, so anything Jamie Foxx does, I will love it. What I was gonna say is that there is a movie coming out this year that I think will definitely get nominated for an Academy Award next year.
What's that?
The Yuri on Ice movie about Victor. If you can't get behind a Russian skater who has the closet of a king, then get the fuck out of here, Academy Awards. Okay?
It's true.
Victor's coming.
It's true.
And you better respect him. I'm just saying. I will get a hashtag trending calling you racist. I will say that every Academy Award winner and voter says the N-word in secret. If you do not give Victor his due. Look at that man. Yeah. Put him up right here. Victor is gorgeous. You can't. This man needs an award.
Oh yeah. Oh, and especially in this is gonna be a prequel movie. Is he gonna have that?
It's a prequel. He's gonna be so youthful.
Beautiful. He's gonna have that beautiful long hair. Oh my god.
Come on, bro.
I think they're not gonna be able to get away with this, for much longer.
No,
I think pretty soon you're gonna start seeing one every year, because I think it's getting to the point where it's just kind of ridiculous.
I think so too. I also think like animation is getting really, really good in China. It's getting really, really good.
Yeah.
Just all over the world. So it's like, Parasite did great, and because it was the best film that year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you can't deny the great film and art that's being made across the pond. And I'm not talking Britain, okay? I mean, the only thing that they do is Love Island. And
it got nominated for Best Picture? How? It's not even a movie. What's happening?
It's just Best Picture of two of the couples posting together. Hashtag couple goals. But I'm totally with you, man. I think you can't ignore how great anime and animation is out from the Eastern countries, because they're better than us. I'm just being honest. The stories are way better than ours. And maybe Demon Slayer for sure, maybe not be the best story, because that's for a TV show. But some of the stuff that's coming out is just so much better. And you just got to start respecting great storytelling.
Absolutely.
I think it hurts the Oscars as an institution if they don't start recognizing these stories.
Yeah, well, you're just gonna look stupid. It's just it's just like, I mean, it already looks stupid most of the time, because you can look back 10 years ago and you're like, I mean, was that really the best picture that year? But I think,
animation is such a thing where it's like, it is something that people are like, oh, this is for kids, but it's like, not really. It's like, it's actually a more complicated version of storytelling, because you have to make these fake, already regular acting. You're kind of like, well, these people aren't real, and then they have to convince you that they're real. Yeah. But then when you add animation to it, the character design and everything's all wonky and stuff, and then they have to make you care. So it's like, if you aren't really putting some of these stories in the best category for screenplay, in the best category for best animated feature, or best effects even, you're kind of just not doing your job.
Absolutely. And I mean, look, it just, the moods you can create with animation, and
the Sakuja. It's just right there.
Yeah. I mean, it's there's a reason why every lo-fi hip hop video is an animated character, because it just creates a mood. That's kind of I guess what I'm trying to say. It's which you can't necessarily, I mean, look, obviously there's brilliant cinematographers, and obviously that's a whole art to itself. But I think sometimes
even these cinematographers steal from anime. Yeah. So it's yo, bow down to the gods. At a certain point, you just got to give respect where it's due. And after a while, there's already a movement of people who don't respect the Oscars and the Golden Globes. And it's like, you have globes in your name and you're not giving these products the respect.
You're just the Hollywood foreign press. What's going on? Yeah.
It's like, it gets really dumb after a while. It gets super dumb, and it's just disrespectful. Yeah. It's just utterly disrespectful to a group of people who bust their ass and are super fucking talented and deserve that recognition. Yeah. And I don't think we were even saying it has to be Demon Slayer, because obviously Demon Slayer is for shonen fanboys like us, but there's a ton of other movies that come out every year that are great. So.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that sums it up.
We won't be winning any Oscars soon. Oh no. I'll just buy one from Hollywood Boulevard. Cheat code, bitch.
Yeah, dude. I'm sure like Mickey Rourke's like pawning again an Oscar on somewhere around here. He's like, yo, that stimulus wasn't enough. I need a little extra boost.
Mickey Rourke, very cool pool.
Yeah, man. Is our fan base? Is that the right age demographic?
What else happened this week in anime news?
Well, we were talking a little about Jujutsu Kaisen. Author, Gege Akutami, author of Jujutsu Kaisen, pretty much alluded to the fact that the manga is going to be ending in next 2 years or so.
Whoa, 2 years.
So that's like really, it's like at 150 chapters. So that's like just another 100 more. Which kind of puts it in the sort of the same class of modern storytelling, taking a little more leaning towards the shorter end, not like these forever stories, which we've been grown accustomed to as we've grown up. Yeah,
I think that's honestly for the best. I think you should always, specifically if you have a plan on how to do it. Whenever I hear an author say something like this, it kind of makes me breathe a sigh of relief. Me like, okay, you know what you're doing. You know, it sounds to me like you have a vision, and you kind of know how you want to end it. That's great. That's always like a positive in my opinion. And if you have that feeling of like, oh no, I don't want it to end, that means you're doing a good job.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's really what it is. And I mean, Jujutsu Kaisen, I think you can just tell from watching it. I haven't read the manga, so maybe it shits the bed at a certain point. But like it, you can tell that it's so much thoughtful stuff, and there's so much thought put into it. There's so much like detail and everything. You're like, oh my god, there's like feels like it's really fleshed out. Like this person's been thinking about this like their whole life. And that's exciting that they're just like, yeah, I'm going to do my vision, and then I'll write the next thing.
Yeah, and as somebody who's like, I'm trying to like write stuff like similar, and like it's super hard, and like you gotta really know what you're talking about to like put out a concept like this. So beanies off to the author for that. And obviously, as soon as the season's over, I'm probably gonna try to catch up. Just one of those shows where I'm like, oh, I gotta know what happens next. I can't sit back and wait. But it does feel like 2 years. That's a lot of time to do whatever. So I would assume that if I just from the stuff I see online, it seems like it's gotten better. Like everyone's just like, oh, there's this new guy. I'm like, don't tell me, I don't want to see. No. But it just like feels to me that like the author not only knows what they're doing, but has this down to a T and a science, and they know their characters. And when you know your characters, then you know exactly what to do with them. So
I think it's a really interesting time, because I think One Piece is probably going to be the last big boy to really, which I mean, One Piece is its own like marvel of a world building and like this crazy 30-year-old story that's like going to come to end in the next 5 years or something. But when it comes to like anime, you go like, is this going to be like, because we talked about this a few weeks ago, but you go like, this is probably going to be more of a transition to seasonal. You're going to see shows that come on for like 24 weeks and then come back in a year. And I wonder if like, is this the end of filler? Is there going to be no more filler arcs or filler episodes?
Are we just now canon? It's just canon, no filler.
Yeah,
is this like, what we are now? Or do we have to change the name of the podcast?
Yeah, just canon. Are there going to be no more beach episodes? Are we never going to know what it's like when the characters want to open a bar together?
Well, I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen kind of showed you how to do it in like the baseball episode. That's how you do it. If you're going to do it, even to shout out, and then some people debate about whether or not this is anime. Avatar had a great episode on the beach that a lot of people love. They had a beach episode that a lot of people love, and it was filler at first, and then it turned into something where you kind of like they were able to unearth a lot of conversations with the characters. So same thing kind of happened in Jujutsu Kaisen, where the baseball game kind of showed character growth in a lot of different ways, and to show comfortability with everybody and Itadori when he hit the home run, and you saw how excited everyone was for him.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is the next progression. I would hope so. I would hope that it's like, oh, these writers are just getting better at it, and it's better for the fans, I think.
Yeah, I think the same. I think the same thing happened in the West, kinda. Remember when every TV show was 24 episodes long a season, and there would be like, oh yeah, it's like there's the main plot, but most like 12 of the episodes is just going to be them like monster of the week, just chasing down like some random serial killer or something. And I think then eventually, Breaking Bad, I mean, Sopranos, Breaking Bad, Mad Men, all these shows sort of like were like, we make just 12 episodes, and they're all canon. they're all like the story, and then we'll see you in a year. And I think that's kind of happening in anime now, where we're going like, okay, it's maybe just tell the story you want to tell, and then move on to the next thing.
Anime's growing up.
A little bit.
That's really what it is. Anime is just growing up, and like anime is. I think we kind of went through puberty, and now we're like, anime is like 22, and it's like I kind of know myself. My frontal lobe is almost all the way there. Maybe I don't need to have a titty joke all the time,
right.
And I think anime, like, I'm excited to see the next generation pass. Like when Jujutsu Kaisen's done. Could you imagine what's coming down the pipeline?
Dude,
I'm just so excited.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I guess we got to start reading all these chapter 1 shonen manga that are out right now. All the ones you go like, that's 3 chapters. I'm not going to read that. Like, but you never know. You don't know what it's going to be.
You never know.
Yeah. And that's I don't know. I think that's it's exciting. It's very exciting.